I'm guessing you want to learn Japanese and don't know where to start. Well, simple answer, Hiragana. So in this video I will try to get you through all of it. First things first, you need to understand what Hiragana actually is. It is one of the three alphabets that Japanese use. First being kanji, second katakana, and third hiragana. Hiragana is used for originally Japanese words, katakana for words that are stolen from the West, and kanji has its origins in China. It always takes a huge amount of time for a normal person to learn a lot of kanji. But even without doing that, as long as you have hiragana, you can communicate properly and get the meaning across. So let's go! The first characters I want to show you are the vowels. A, I, U, E, O. A, I, I, U, E, O, O. Now if you combine A and I, you get I. If you combine I and E, you get IE. And with U and E, you get UE. They respectively mean laugh, no, and up. Let's move on to the characters with K in them. Ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. Ka, ka, ki, ki, ku, ku, ke, ko, ko. Now that we are using the consonant K, we can make some verbs. Kaku, kiku, kau, ku, iku, which respectively mean to write, to listen, to buy, to eat, and to go. By the way, you certainly know the movie Koe no Katachi, or Silent Voice, so now we can translate one part of it, koe. Ko-e, which means voice. We are continuing with the S characters. Sa, shi, su, se, so. Be careful, it's shi, not si. Sa, sa, shi, shi, su, su, se, so, so. With these you can write sushi, shio, sekai, sake, kishi, suki, oshi. Sushi is sushi, shio is salt, sekai is world, sake is alcohol, kishi is night, suki is to like, and oshi is favorite. We can now translate two parts of a title called Oshi no Ko. Oshi, which means favorite, and Ko, which means child. In this case, the no in between these two characters means apostrophe plus S. So the title means favorite's child, or taking into account what the title is about, it can mean idol's child. Moving on to the T's, we have ta, chi, su, te, to. Careful, it's not ti, but chi, and not tu, but tsu. Ta, ta, chi, chi, tsu, tsu, te, te, to, to. You might have heard this phrase before. Ore ni teki nanka inai. I have no enemies. Now you will be able to write one of its words, teki, which means enemy. Next we have utsukushi, toshi, soto, kuchi, tatsu, and te. which respectively mean beautiful, age, outside, mouth, to stand, and hand. Just to clear things up, all of these words have a kanji form as well, and that form is preferred in formal media and books. The end characters na, ni, nu, ne, no. Na. Na. Ni. Ni. Nu. Nu. Ne. Ne. No. No. Now you can read and write both Oshinoko and Koe no Katachi. Oshinoko we've translated already, but Koe no Katachi has a secret. Its English translation is silent voice, but when you look closely, Koe means voice, no is the equivalent for apostrophe with S, but Katachi means shape in Japanese. So silent voice isn't as much a silent voice as it is the shape of voice, or voice's shape. To add some words to your vocabulary, try remembering nani, kono, sono, inu, ane, nioi, suna, which respectively mean what, this, that, dog, sister, smell, and scent. Moving to the h with ha, he, hu, he, ho, but the hu is sometimes pronounced as fu. Ha. Ha. He. He. Hu. Hu. He. He. Ho. Ho. Continuing with hai, hako, hiku, ftsu, heshi, hoho, hoshi. You can see that we're using a fu and not a hu. Actually, I think it's a lot more common to use fu. They mean yes, box, to play an instrument, normal, soldier, cheek, and star. Since you now know what hako means, if I told you Ao means blue and gave you the title Ao no Hako, you should be able to translate it. Onto the M's, M, we have ma, mi, mu, me, mo. Ma. Ma. Mi. Mi. Mu. Mu. Me. Me. Mo. Mo. Kuma, kumo, nomu, motsu, nami, kame. Kuma is bear, kumo means cloud, nomu is to drink, motsu is to carry, nami is wave, kame is turtle. So her name was most likely inspired by the Japanese word for waves. Let's move to ya, you, yo. Ya. Ya. You. You. Yo. Yo. These characters are a bit special. They have two forms. The first one is the standard form, and the second one is smaller. And when you use the smaller form behind one of the I characters, you can change the sound of the vowel. For example, when you have ki and put a smaller form of one of these characters behind it, for example ya, you don't get ki ya, you get kya. Or when you have shi and behind you put again the smaller form of ya, you don't get shi ya, but sha. To add some examples, yomu, yume, fuyu, yami, yama, ocha, yokoso, which mean to read, dream, winter, darkness, mountain, tea, and welcome. Now ra, ri, ru, re, ro. Ra, ra, ri, ri, ru, ru, re, re, ro, ro. Kirai, muri, neru, yoru, hiroi, kuro, rekshi. Kirai means to hate, muri is impossible, neru to sleep, yoru night, hiroi white, kuro black, rekshi is history. The last column consists of irregular characters wa, wo, and n. Va, va, wo, wo, n, n. Vana, Wakai, Konnichiwa, Hentai, which mean trap, young, hello, and pervert. I would really like to give you some words that use wo as well, but I don't think that there are any. It is only used in front of verbs in sentences. For example, oreomite, which means look at me, or soreokike, which means listen to that. The last thing I want to show you are these two little thingies. When you put them above some characters, you can change their sound. The only groups it works on is the K group, the S group, the T group, and the H group. From ka, ki, ku, ke, ko, you make ga, gi, gu, ge, go. From sa, shi, su, se, so, you make za, ji, zu, ze, zo. From ta, su, te, to, you make da, zu, de, do. From ha, hi, hu, he, ho, you make ba, bi, bu, be, bo. And with this little thingy, you can only use it above the h characters, and it makes from ha, hi, hu, he, ho, pa, pi, pu, pe, po. Bye bye!